There's an expression in wrestling, funny don't draw money. Now, as backyard wrestlers, nothing we did technically drew money, but that doesn't mean there wasn't a metric for success. In fact, a few of our most successful wrestlers were actually comedy characters. Imagine Goldust crossed with Kane as a guest on the Jerry Springer Show, and you would have El Diablo. There was no character more controversial than him in PWL. There was also no wrestler with more backstory. El Diablo was in an incestuous relationship with his sister, who divorced him over his backyard wrestling antics and took their son Dinky with her. His stepfather, Stepdaddy Diablo, tried to get him to give up his dream of being a wrestler and instead pursue a career as a doctor. El Diablo then ended up feuding with his biological father, who was also his grandfather, Bones, which culminated in a lightsaber fight.
That is an old-fashioned devil's ass whooping.
He even died once from having holy water thrown at him, only to return from the dead later that year.
My Christianity has been bruised. Who's stalking me? I know I killed him. Oh, I demand it. Oh! Raging lust, stomping all opposition. Oh! Guys, El Diablo!
At one point, El Diablo and Nappy had won the tag team titles during the SWL invasion, and El Diablo was able to convince Nappy that being tag team partners also meant that they had to live together and be life partners.
Nappy, make love to me again. Fuck you, bitch. One was enough.
After suffering an ankle injury and being out of action for several months.
Remember last week when I destroyed El Diablo's ankle? Huh? Remember that? You people remember that? No, he's gone. He's never coming back thanks to me. He's not even in shape to fight in that tag team match at WrestleStock. You realize how many people miss him? How many people like him? I can't believe it. It makes me sick. Now that we've done destroying El Diablo's career, I think it might be time to destroy his partner Nappy's career too. Until it's the ultimate evil, the Apocalypse X. See ya!
El Diablo, get real soon.
Nappy was forced to defend their tag team titles by himself in a handicap match at that year's WrestleStock. Nappy was actually able to hold his own until El Diablo finally made his return, proceeded to pose and taunt while Nappy got double teamed, and after finally getting in the ring, he immediately got hit with a big boot, costing him and Nappy the tag team titles. With his partnership with Nappy ended, El Diablo then recruited the White Kid to be his new partner, Wonder Boy. The former tag team partners would feud for the first part of PWL's 5th season in what became one of the main focuses of the show. Their feud continued until a freak accident resulted in Nappy being suspended and written off the program with a Kamehameha. Eventually, Bones would turn Wonder Boy against El Diablo, and he would step out of the spotlight as PWL began to focus on a more serious product going forward. Despite being a comedy character, El Diablo became synonymous with PWL, and for many, he represented the balance of weird, wacky storylines and solid wrestling that the Fed would be known for. The hip-hop demon was a kind of nothing character. He was there, but really wasn't anything special. In the storyline, he was the brother of El Diablo, but he lacked the depth and characterization that El Diablo had. He did have one thing going for him, and that was a streak. Now, usually when we talk about streaks in wrestling, we're referring to things like Goldberg's streak in WCW or The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Well, the Hip Hop Demon had a very different kind of streak. He had a losing streak. Without a single win under his belt, his losing streak was something that made the Hip Hop Demon stand out. Once we had it built up, we were then able to use his losing streak to help further one of our top feuds at the time. Nappy and Kid Crush had real life heat with each other, and we were able to turn that into an on-screen feud that ended up launching both of them into main event positions. One week, Kid Crush was defending his hardcore title against the Hip Hop Demon, and during the match, Nappy ran out, laid out Kid Crush, then laid out the Hip Hop Demon, who fell on top of the prone champion, which resulted in him not only winning Kid Crush's hardcore title, but also saw the end of his losing streak.
You helped me win. I had a losing streak.
Wait, I can explain. I just
I want you to explain.
Oh, sorry. You won.
What?
Yeah, you won.
See what you did?
I can't believe it.
It's over.
You actually won a match. Congratulations, Hip Hop. Hey! Get no respect.
Kid Crush and Nappy would go on to clash at our biggest show of that year, WrestleStock, and their feud would last all the way until our very last show, where they would close the book on this chapter as the last PWL match ever. But without the losing streak, the Hip Hop Demon didn't really have anything to do from this point on. So we ended up writing him out of the show for a while by having his body discovered during the first episode of PWL's 5th season, where it was revealed that he had jacked off to death. We even held a funeral for him complete with eulogies.
How can we be expected to continue on with our lives when I run out of belt polish? I mean, look, my belt is getting dirty and I can't polish it. Do you know how much belt polish costs these days? I mean, it's a crime.
While he himself never became a main focus of our shows, he was able to play an integral part in launching Kid Crush and Nappy to the next level, as they both became world champions after this. Debuting during PWL's 3rd season, B-Money would become a long-term mainstay of PWL. Initially forming a tag team with the Trailer Park Gangsta called Explosive, they tore through the PWL roster and became major players during the SWL invasion of 2002. B-Money quickly became one of the top 3 heels in PWL, despite being a comedy character. The fact that he was funny never deterred him from also being considered a serious threat and a force to be reckoned with. One thing he became known for was recording promos in secret that we wouldn't discover until we watched the footage back after each show.
What's up, man? Why y'all didn't come? Y'all didn't show up. Y'all didn't get a mess at the show. But never that, y'all didn't. See? Y'all did not come in. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. And we had our own fucking fun without y'all. So fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Look at that. Look at that. We posted up. We did all that. We posted up. Y'all ain't never had this much fun at PWL.
As PWL became more serious, so did B-Money. He eventually dissolved his tag team with TPG and instead formed his own group, The Revolution.
This is the start of my revolution.
Even though he was being presented in a more serious manner, that didn't stop him from doing things like wrestling a match while talking on the phone.
Hello? What? Huh? No. What you want? I'm doing something right now.
With the Revolution angle, B-Money became essentially our top heel. and ended up winning the world title in early 2003. A comedy character who made everyone laugh became our top champion, and no one had an issue because of how much work he put in to earn that spot. We all want to put on good matches, but sometimes being focused on that causes us to take things a little too seriously. Backyard wrestling is supposed to be fun, and being a comedy character doesn't mean you can't be successful or a champion. If you're good enough, that comedy can be the thing that launches you to the top.
Don't do drugs.